and I'm joined in the studio by Afrosport's editor-in-chief, Deji Omotoyinbo, to review the preliminary Super Eagles list. Good to have you here as always.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and to start with, what have you made from that 40-man list? It took a while to come anyway.
Yeah, but apparently it had been submitted to CAF. It's just that the official lines did not inform us here in Nigeria. Having said that, I'm a bit worried about a certain aspect of the list, and that's coming from the perspective of home-based players. Not making a case for home-based players, but I just feel that the decision to only want to invite foreign-based players is a disservice to home-based players. If all the players on that list merit it, I won't argue. I will not try to teach the coach how to do his job, but I also feel that you have to be very deliberate and intentional about growing your own football. And I'm talking about the NPFL. Yeah, 3 goalkeepers from the NPFL made the list. Not likely any one of them. Maybe at best one of them will make the final list because you and I know it's going to trim it down. Yeah. My worry is that we're not even giving NPFL players, outfield players, a chance. And nobody can grow. You can't grow your football like that. Some of the players on that list have not done anything to merit being invited. It must be said. In the same vein that we say that every Nigerian abroad who is a Nigerian has a right to be able to represent their country, it's the same. It should be the same thing for home-based players who are playing here, who are doing decently well, have a right to be given at least a chance. But that's not happening. And I worry about the long-term implications for the local league. And I'm also surprised that the managers of the league are not saying anything about it. They seem to be very comfortable about the situation. So we wait and see what happens.
Well, we have the list now, and the coach has to pick from this list anyway when push comes to shove, much later when their training camp does start. But ahead of that training camp now, what do you think should be the status quo for them in camp, trying to build up to the tournament?
Well, everybody should be focused on the tournament. My worry for the Super Eagles since days of Genodro has been this same set of players, apart from 1 or 2, they know they will get picked. And they're almost sure they will play. That doesn't endanger competition. It doesn't endanger a fighting spirit. Because if you go look at Genodro's team list, look at this list, practically man for man, practically it's the same set of players we have been having in the team, apart from 1 or 2 additions over the past 2-3 years. My worry for that is those guys don't feel any pressure. And I feel those guys are strolling into the national team. They are not earning it, and they are not being made to work for it. And that's what I worry about. Complacency sets in, and complacency is never a good thing for a football team, for any football team at any level. So that's my worry. But I'm hoping that the coach will be able to... There's talent in the team. Yeah. Defensively as well. Even looking outside Nigeria, there's an Olisanda who we mentioned is doing well in South Africa. He's not gotten a look in. Other players are getting 2nd, 3rd, 4th chances. And you're not giving some people a chance at all. But I also wonder at this point, there's supposed to be a technical department of the of NFF. I wonder what they're doing in terms of promoting or protecting some of these players who should get a chance at least. When we had a friendly, we had 2 friendlies, and the coach used the same goalkeeper for the 2 friendlies, even when he wasn't doing too well.
Well, most certainly,
what do I know?
Most certainly, the 27-man squad, that's the final list for the tournament, will come from the 40-man list that we have already.
Oh, definitely. So there are no surprises anymore.
Yeah, so
they can't bring any other person in.
Yeah, so what expectations should be set for this team
going
into the tournament?
The coach himself has said he wants to win the tournament. I think Nigeria should have, realistically, I won't say go and win it, but it's good to be aspirational to say we want to win it. We have as good a team as anybody else. If Nigeria wins the Nations Cup, it won't be an upset. It won't be a surprise. However, do we have enough nose on the bench? Do we have enough spirits in the team? Do we have enough drive to want to do it? I'm not sure about that. But hopefully, the team will, once you get to the latter stages of the tournament and the opportunities are there, I can win, maybe the fire in the belly. But I've always felt that the last 2-3 years, our national teams don't play with the fire in the belly and the passion that you expect from national teams. And that's my theory is that comes from the fact that they are not being made to work for their places in the team.
Now we're playing the hosts Ivory Coast, and we're also playing Equatorial Guinea and Guinea-Bissau in Group A. So what do you project could be a decent finish for them in the group?
Well, because you're playing the host, it's always very difficult to play the host.
Absolutely.
So at least finish in the second place.
At least.
At least finish in the second place. With all due respect to Guinea-Bissau and Equatorial Guinea, we should be able to get results against those two. And even if you lose to the host, which is always a possibility, and then you know that you're still covered, you can still make the round of 16. I'm thinking the way the draws are, Super Eagles should be able to get to at least the quarterfinals.
Okay.
After that, I'm not too sure how they'll fare.
Okay, but like you mentioned, Peseiro himself has always said he wanted to win the tournament. How much confidence do you have in the man himself leading this team to Cote d'Ivoire to bring the trophy back?
Well, I'm not very confident, but I do know that tournaments are a different proposition altogether. You get a good start, the adrenaline might pump in, the passion might pump in, and anything can happen. Even if you have a poor start, one result might turn things around for you. From what I've seen, I'm not holding out much hopes of Super Eagles winning the tournament, but if they can get to the quarterfinals, once you get to a certain stage, then anything can happen. So game by game, get through the group stage, try and win your round of 16 match, which was where we faltered the last time. If you now get to the quarterfinals, hey, anything can happen from that point on.
Okay, thank you very, very much, as always, for your expert opinion right here on Afrosport Now. Deji Omotoyinbo.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.